Alright, so I don't know what the thumbnail is I'm going to use for this one, but it's probably misleading. So, anyway, I got 203 subbies now. Alright? So I'm going to do, what all the cool kids are probably not doing, which is a room tour. Because why not? I was going to do this at 100 subbies, but I just sort of didn't. So we're doing it now. Alright? So we'll just get into that. We'll do it live, as Bill O'Reilly said. So this is the desk, anyways, where all the hard labor happens here. We got all the classics. We got my cork board here. Some writing tips that I drew for myself while I was learning the stuff and kind of forgot about that. Some other stuff. This drew like the world tree, kind of. This was a couple of years old. Got this here calendar, which my mother got at a Chinese place and didn't want it, so I took it. Looks neat. Uh, I think it's intended for kids, but it looks cool. It's got the Forbidden Palace there, with all its ancient history, ancient buildings, and the ancient gateway and the ancient that guy's car. So, yeah, a thing about puffins there, because why not? Tablet I use for drawing. I have two gloves, because that like you do. Glasses I wear when I'm not in the limelight. These are chocolate covered espresso beans. That's alright. That's the rock I use to hold my phone up. Uh, Mini Zen Garden. The I voted sticker. My good friend Sad Larry there. Um, got assorted pens, pencils, my ancient stick of sacred, whatever the fuck I was drawing on there. Got some 223 rounds in this old jar. I'm not trying to look like a badass by having them out, but I just had some extra ones and didn't have anywhere else to put them. So this rock actually comes from the Trinity test site in New Mexico. You can't really have a workspace without one of those, obviously. So, yeah, I think that covers everything for there. Um, we got the actual laptop, and this is a Chromebook. So there's that. Got some pictures here of Woods and St. Wolfgang. I think I got that at Goodwill, probably. Bookshelf covered in all the ancient literature. The Jungle Book, the Jules Verne stuff, that one Minecraft series from way back in the day, ancient history now. We got cord for this here microphone, an Egyptian ankh. We got whatever the hell this is. Some other stuff, welding book for when I do welding sometimes. Some other stuff. This was originally hanging on the wall, and then it fell off, and I just kind of didn't put it back up. So yeah. And yes, I keep my razor plugged in my room because I don't need it to be getting used by other people. Probably not that sanitary, but This is a good stick, by the way. It's a classic stick right here. It's actually cherry wood, funnily enough. Put that there. This is where all the magic happens, alright? This one is the sacred room, alright? The sacred chamber. The sun pump. Yep. Where all the real power is held. It actually locks from the inside, weirdly enough. Probably to keep any kids out if they have this room, but I like to think that it's just so the evil monkey can get some privacy. Put the stick back there. Yeah, so anyways, another picture here. Break up the monotony of the wall. This is the closet. Peek in there. Take a peek at all the skeletons in there. There's the that thing. It actually glows in the dark. Clock. It's my World War I helmet from that time when I was in World War I, 80 years before I was born. There's a crock pot. That holds tea in it. Tea leaves for when I'm feeling fancy. That's what I use for my morning exercises. It's just basic stuff, stay in shape. That chest right here there, that has the heart of Davy Jones in that. Fun fact. You thought it got, whatever happened to it after Davy Jones got killed, and then the other guy took over. And you want to know what happened to that guy's heart? Well, it's in there. Uh, what is it? Legolas, whatever his name was. Anyway, this is the thing that's in the background sometimes. Needs to go through the laundry, I think, but yeah, it's just got a bunch of cool looking symbols on it. It's got the holidays on there, some neat symbols on there. Cool drawings. I just thought it looked cool. I put it there so I wouldn't just have a blank wall to stare at. Yeah, it's got a bunch of cool symbols, some traditional ones, some drawn ones, and my personal favorite, the copyright symbol, that ancient rune from the old days. Also, the Red-Nosed Tavern. So, as where Beeg and Minnie are. That's Minnie's bed. She outgrew it, and I didn't feel the need to buy another one, so I just put this here long pillow there, so she can sleep on the long pillow. There's another picture. We got my bunch of other stuff. We got a ritual drum here. We got my good friend Tin Head Joe. We got this stuffed wolf on it, which is I got when I was like 8, I think. Got this box here, which, fun fact, has stuff from a bunch of relatives who've passed. Well, not a bunch of them, a couple of them, but that's what's in there. It needs to be dusted. We got a Fabergé egg. Fun story about this thing. We had some neighbors from India across the street, and they were doing some over there, and they needed some extra parking space, so my mother said they could use our driveway. And so afterwards, they gave us this thing as a thank you. And you know that they're foreigners because your average American wouldn't be that nice. So this is a Fabergé egg. It didn't come with that thing, but if I can just get this open, hold on. On the inside of this Fabergé egg is another Fabergé egg, a mini one. It's actually a necklace, funnily enough. If I wasn't wearing the Mjolnir, I'd be wearing that thing because it's cool. It's purple, which is the best color. You all know it's true. Don't even try to argue about that. It just is. There's a Tiffany lamp. I don't have the light bulb for that. I got to get it replaced. Wine glass. I drink juice out of that because wine tastes like battery acid. This clock doesn't work. This pan works, but yeah, I just got a pan there because I moved it. This thing, we got a doohickey right here. It does that. So that's just there. This thing's a mirror. You can open it and there's a mirror inside. I put this weight there to keep it closed because it kept on opening, and I don't want to just stare at myself when I get up in the morning because it's not a pretty sight. These two paintings I got from my grandparents' house. So if you put these two pictures together, as you know, they go have like a street view. But if you put them next to each other, they almost fit together, but not quite. And I'm almost certain there's supposed to be a third one that goes in between them. But I don't know about that. So, laundry, a chair that I got from behind a Chinese place. I've got this basin thing. You're supposed to fill that up with water. That was somebody opening a door, by the way, that sound. But anyway, supposed to fill this up with water, but used to have a cat. It died a couple of years ago, but I used to have a cat and he liked to sleep in that thing. So that's why it's still there. So, yeah, that's a mirror. I flipped it around because, again, I don't want to, wake up late at night and be walking towards the door and see a shadow move on the wall and have a heart attack and die. That'd be really just inconvenient. So this mess is here is where I keep this stuff for like tea and coffee and stuff. Yeah, I just made some this morning. It's kind of a mess, but that's why it's sitting on this tray here and not straight on the wood. Trays which I got from Taco Bell. They were throwing them out, so I stole them. Among some other things, but that's not important. This is where all the magic happens right here. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I'm a lonely virgin. We got a bunch of stuff here, some rock carving stuff, because I carve some rocks sometimes. You can see I made the This was actually supposed to be Freyer, but the back part kind of broke, so I have to either make a new one or fix it somehow. A bird, this thing, some other stuff. I smoothed out that rock. Before I forget, this painting here I've had since I was like 12. And a couple of months ago I decided to look it up, and it turns out there's a second painting that's supposed to go with it that I just don't have. So my entire life has been a lie, basically. This is just a picture I got for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's just a world map there. The bed, some other stuff, headphones I wear to tune out all the bullshit. Um, this is coffee I got the other day. People said it's good. I have to grind up the beans though. Class textbooks, it's the last week of the summer semester, so got that. A bunch of bullshit I just shoved under the bed there in order to make the place look clean. Now that right there, that's actually a blood stain from the samurai warlord that I don't know where I was going with that one. I just spilled some coffee there. Now it smells like Odoban. So yeah, there's the desk, some other stuff. Here's Braggy. I actually carved that last year, so that's a fresh offering. It's just coffee in there. I left that because I was doing some classwork today, writing an essay, so figured it was appropriate. There's a painting I got at Goodwill a couple of years ago, again, just to break up the monotony. Thought it looked nice. Kinda neat looking, all that. We got some timber here. There was a tree growing in my window well outside, and so I had to turn it into misc firewood because you can't just have a tree there, which is a shame. I liked that tree, but got some cow bones there. You'll see why I have those there in a minute, but that's just the bed again. We got therapy pillows on the bed, all right? I call them therapy pillows because they look like those round pillows you'd see on like a couch in a therapist's office. Maybe, I don't know. More rock carvings. I made these. These are those things I think I said in the one video where I made them and I don't know what they are. I made more. We need more of these. I made a bigger one. Toad, or else a frog actually. This is the OG one, the wooden one. This one's just a mushroom. I carved this mushroom. Yeah. This is a thistle. Well, it's the top of a thistle. I wanted to see that if I could plant it and it would grow another one. Don't think so, but it did grow whatever that is. So, alright, so the window well, alright? There we go. So this is the window well, as you can see here. It looks like it's overgrown, and it is because I planted this stuff here, because I didn't like waking up in the morning and just seeing a metal wall there, so I wanted to break up the monotony. This thing is actually the tree that I took down earlier, but it grew back somehow, so I'm going to transplant it this time, because I actually liked that tree. I still do. It's still there. He's a mad lad. The rest of these are just weeds, like really tall weeds I got and planted in here. Because again, I just wanted to break up the monotony. I got like a micro ecosystem here. I used to put a toad in here every year to keep the insects from coming into my window, but I can't find that many toads this last 2 years. Definitely not part of global warming or anything like that, As our Lord and Savior Donald says, that's not a real thing. Dumbass. You can't really see, but I have some other carved rocks in there. They're a bit overgrown. There's one I did of a frog back there. And a water thing, and I know what you may be thinking to yourself. Now, doesn't it kind of defeat the point of having this window well / fire escape if it's got a bunch of combustible stuff in there that could potentially catch fire and inhibit and or completely block your escape in the event of an emergency? So over here I got this other, the main shrine, I guess. It's to Hell, for those unfamiliar, the death, basically, guardian of the afterlife, among other things. And we got some stuff on here. Got this rock here that looks cool. Kind of got the aesthetic. Some skulls here. I think those are like gophers or something like that. I'm not familiar with the skeletons. These shells here, which I got from Florida, it's the most useful thing that I got from Florida. Um, Fun fact: we got all the like the dark colored stuff, the black candles and the dark colored shells on the death side, and the white colored stuff and the white colored candles on the life side. As you can tell there, that circle thing, there's actually stuff in there, but that's more personal stuff. There's a painting I also got probably at Goodwill. I just thought it looked kind of neat. Cold, so it cold environment, so I figured it fit. Um, and yes, that's why there's cow bones there, kind of decorate that little carpet area. So yeah, and also there's a dream catcher, I guess. That's relevant. That's important. So yeah, there that thusly concludes the epic grand tour. Admittedly, I did clean up a little bit while I was before this, but it wasn't that dirty. I just need to organize. This is where all the epic magic happens. This is where I spend like 80% of my time because, uh, antisocial incel and all. So, yeah. So, yeah, thus concludes the tour. All right, make sure to stop at the gift shop on the way out. Subscribe or don't. Whatever fits your boat. I'm not telling you what to do. That'd be rude. So, yeah. So,